What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Lean and Mean Academy. Today, I'm sitting out here on my porch, and I was talking with my buddy Mike Vadan over at All American Pressure Washing. He runs the channel all about pressure washing. A lot of you guys have probably seen his channel. He has tons of videos, tons of views. And I was talking with him about some of the technology that he uses to run his seven-figure pressure washing business. And I get this question a lot on my channel. It's, what do you use? What CRM are you using? What type of technologies are you using to make more money easier? So in this video, that's what we're going to talk about. What's up, Mike? How you doing today?
What is going on?
Hey, man, just chilling out here on the porch. I just got back from a little trip with our boy Cody Yarbrough and back in town and looking to get started on this. Hey, guys, before we get started, this video is sponsored by the pressure washing blueprint Inner Circle. This is the kind of the hidden gem in the industry, if you will. This group is full of guys and gals who are super serious about their business. Everybody in here, this is like completely no riffraff. Mike can attest to it. We got guys like Mike Turman doing over 800,000 this year. John Maccabee going to definitely hit over 500,000. Guys like Ben Wilson, who are single guys, they're one man, one truck situation, definitely going to do close to 400,000. So no riffraff group. If you're interested in getting around that cohort and rubbing elbows with the right people, including the core four, I'll put the link in the description, link in the comments. Join up today. Mike, how many do we have? Any more memberships? Is it we just have the lifetime stuff available now? We don't do the monthly stuff anymore.
No, done with the monthly because you made reference to the fact that there's no riffraff. And unfortunately, when you've got such a low price point to get into a group like this, that low price point does two things. It attracts people that are looking for value, which is what they get. But then what happens is you got guys that are like, yeah, I want to get in. It sounds cheap. And then they get in, they realize what all is there. And then they're like, man, I can't afford $149 a month. And you're like, wow, if you can't afford $149, like, you need this more than, or you're never going to be able to implement the things that you can learn, the people that are going to be around you. So what we've ended up doing is just going with the lifetime membership. That's how you get in. And it's cheap. It's ridiculously cheap. Not only do you get lifetime membership, so no more monthly fees or anything like that, but you get our entire course library, which has got everything from recession-proof your business, how to wash, the marketing, all the way to the next level. Plus, you get all of our boot camps. We just did the Christmas Light boot camp. So you get that. You get access to the entire backlog of all of our calls. We do bi-weekly calls, or I guess bi-monthly, 2 calls a month where everybody's questions are answered. We celebrate the big wins in the group. We talk about the key things that are being talked about inside the private group. So it's a very cheap price to invest in yourself and your business and your future. It's a one-time deal. So there'll be a link down there below. So if you want to get in, we'd love to have you.
Absolutely. The serious guys only. We're trying to cull the herd here. So yes, absolutely. Link will be in the description, link in the comments. Now, Mike, this video today is about the 3 to 5 technologies. We really want to just focus on the main movers that a guy needs to take his business to the next level. I love technology because it helps me make money easy. And that's what this business should be all about, right? That's what all business should be about. I don't think that there's any honor code in constantly making everything hard for yourself. I grew up a little bit like that. And it was like, if you weren't just dying and sweating outside and digging a ditch somewhere, you weren't working. You know what I mean?
No, and people wear that as a badge of honor. And there is no honor in working 12, 14-hour days, right? There are better ways to use your time. And technology, like you said, it makes your life easier, right? That's the whole point. Streamlining, becoming more efficient. And when you can streamline and when you're more efficient, that means you can utilize that time, those hours in that day on stuff that benefits your business rather than out there digging a ditch or busting your knuckles on whatever it is. So yes, technology has made, in general, let's just look at the world we live in, right? Life is easier because of technology, and we can make our businesses easier and run smoother if we utilize technology. Now, you are the Google guy, right? You are a huge proponent, and as am I, of utilizing Google. It's a free thing out there, right? You got to have your Google up and running. You got to have all of your pertinent information, your keywords, your location, all of that stuff. That's technology, and it's relatively new. The past 10 years or so, I think, is where Google has really come into the forefront of that is the end all be all of where you're going to be found. So you got to have all of that set up, and then obviously you're going to have a web presence in the form of probably a website is where I would start first. And then from there, you branch out to all the different social media platforms that you can get on. And I think it's important also to think about when we talk about social media for a business, what we're going to do, because I think a lot of guys, they get the wrong idea and they waste a lot of time and energy on the wrong platforms, right? TikTok, you're not going to generate a tremendous amount of business for a pressure cleaning, for any industry, right? Like a service-based industry. Your customers aren't on TikTok. Right? I get guys all the time because, if you watch my channel, my long format videos, I really take great pride in the information and the value that I'm trying to give to everybody. But then there are the short format videos where I just have fun, right? And I take all of the hate and all of the comments that are not the kindest or not the most intelligent, and I dissect them and try to add value to other people by highlighting the inequity in the world as far as intelligence goes. That the people that really enjoy those little short format videos, I love them too. That's not your customer. So people will say, Mike, how would you possibly put that out there? Because your customers are going to see that. No, they're not, because my customers, my ideal customers, they're not on TikTok or on YouTube. They're not watching that stuff. So I think the places where you really want to focus is Google. Obviously, you can run definitely your GMB or whatever they're calling it now. What is it? Google Maps?
Google, oh man, it's like GBP or Google.
Yeah. Well, Google, right? You got to have your Google listing. Instagram, I don't think that's a great place. The one place where I don't actually have a personal profile is on Facebook. I don't like Facebook, but you have to have a Facebook for your business, because older people like myself, that's where they are on a social media platform. So that's where you should focus your time and your energy. And obviously we know that Justin has got a phenomenal ad strategy that he's implemented and he teaches within the inner circle, as well as what's available on the resource page. But like that format, that platform, probably where I would tell guys to spend the most time. It's free, right? Facebook is free. You can get into all these groups and you can start not even ads. You can start posting about your business, interacting with your community. That's one of the places that I would focus. Website, Google, social media platforms. LinkedIn is a good one too. A lot of people are on that, professionals. So if you are a professional and you want to be seen as a professional and you want to interact with people in your area, I think LinkedIn is probably one of the better places that you can go to. So I think that's a really good place as far as the social media world, the interweb, focus on those things, because that technology can create a tremendous amount of views on eyeballs on your business. And that's what we need. That's what marketing is. As many eyeballs as we can get on our brand is what we want.
Absolutely. I think, what you were saying about Facebook, a lot of guys will wonder why is Twitter or or TikTok or something like this not a good avenue. And you said it. It's because you only want to fish in the area of the lake where the biggest fish are and the fish who got the money. Okay. Right. They got the money. And some of these other places have a lot of children or a lot of people who absent-mindedly swiping, and they're in this trance state. They're not in a Facebook group looking to maybe purchase something. My grandma's on Facebook now, right? And she has been for like the last 6 years. Like, she comments on my stuff. So Facebook has permeated the older crowd, the people who have money, and they're on there. And I think that's why it is a good avenue for guys to get into, as opposed to the TikTok or the Snapchat. It's like, I got a good following on Snapchat for my business.
Doesn't matter.
You had a video go viral of you cleaning a driveway, but that's not going to transfer into the local market.
Never.
Of your business, and you can brag about it, but no one really gives a shit.
What's funny about Facebook, if you really think about it, is my older sister, she's 3 or 4 years older than me. She's going to be 50, I think. And I'm sorry, not that she watches any of our stuff, but she's getting up there. So she's older than me. I'm dating myself, but she is like the same age as Zuckerberg. And it was Facebook was like in its infancy. Like she was one of the first users on Facebook, right? It was like MySpace and then Facebook. She was there. So like that generation, that's our ideal target customer. That's who's on Facebook still. They haven't gotten off. So it's like I said, like you said, it's a great place to fish.
Dude, it is. And I think that's a good way of encapsulating those marketing areas. One of the questions that I get a lot of on my channel is, and it's wild because I never really had a good answer for these guys, is what CRM do you use? And now I do. We got QuoteIQ. You guys have developed QuoteIQ, really amazing CRM, and it's for service businesses. But what's really cool is it's excellent for pressure washers, right? Like a lot of our guys. You've been in the lawn care landscape business. You've also owned a pressure washing business for the last 20 years. Talk to me a little bit about QuoteIQ and how it's different. What was the reason for making it? I know we work a lot together, so what's the edge? You know what I mean? Yeah. I can say it, but I want to hear it from the horse's mouth.
So just like you, for years, and I've only been in this world that we live in on YouTube for 2 years maybe. And in that time frame, the entire time, when we were at WashCon, guys are saying, what CRM do you use? And I never had a good answer, right? Because I could never find anything that did everything that I wanted. I used a conglomeration of things, right? And I still use some of them. Like Responsibid is something that's great technology. That is a sales thing, right? Responsibid it's sales. It's your electronic salesperson that's working 24 hours on your website, which is great. I still have that implemented. But I was using different scheduling software. I was using QuickBooks for my accounting. I was using an email service to send out emails, all of these different apps that were all coming together as one, which was perfect for my business. As time went on, and I'd look at, Jobber, and I'd look at, a couple of these other CRMs out there, and they were a little clunky, or they didn't really do everything that I wanted. And so what I decided is, one day I was with Justin Rogers, and we were talking this exact same conversation. Is what do you tell people when you use this? And I was like, I don't have an answer. And so we were just joking. We're like, why don't we just build our own? And so this was like over a year ago now. And that's when we first started to talk about it. And we had no clue what we were getting into, much like you and Cody had no clue what you were getting into when you guys were developing the Batch Buster valve. It's a completely different world than I've been exposed to. And I've been in the corporate world, but I've never been in the software or the development type of world before. And so we knew what we wanted, right? We wanted something that was going to be able to provide estimates to customers quick, because that's my whole thing, efficiency. The quicker that you can get back to a customer, the quicker that you can get them a quote, you're going to have that job, right? And so I took all of the things that I was using and built them into QuoteIQ. So you've got a mapping feature on there where basically it's Google based, right? So it's what you're used to, but it's tied into your pricing, all of your costs that are also in a not a mixed calculator, that are also in a cost calculator in the app. So you put in all of your data. You're collecting everything. It's all analytics. It's all data-based. So you're going to collect all of your overhead, right? Everything. It's going to calculate everything out by the month, by the year, and then it's going to give you an hourly rate target, which you can then put a percentage margin on to determine what you need to be charging per hour. It also gives you the ability to put in a square foot or a linear foot price, so you can see which one is best for that specific job. But so you put in your customer's information, it pulls up their address, you see their property, you can measure everything. If it's a fence, if it's the house, if it's the concrete, you can measure everything, you put it out there, and the app takes all of it, does magic, and spits out a PDF, which can be emailed, which can be texted within a matter of minutes, right? So probably before your competition even has the chance to answer their phone because they're out there washing, boom, you've got your QuoteIQ app out, you're entering all the information, you've already hit them with the estimate. Hopefully they're going to schedule right away and you can move on with your day. But time is of the essence. And that's one of the main things that I wanted to build into this was the mapping feature and getting estimates out in a professional manner from your phone, from your truck, from anywhere, super, super fast. So that's what we did there. And like I said, there's a bunch of different features. Right now, we're running a 14-day free trial on our premium version. So you get everything in the free version and the premium version. The cool thing about the free version is you never have to spend a dime, right? But you still are able to import all of your customers, input new customers, manage customers. You're able to create estimates and you're able to send invoices. But the coolest part, in my opinion, is once they get that estimate, there's a little link on there. They can click on it and they can pay you immediately, right? That you can do that while you're on the job. Boom. It makes life a lot easier. That's one of the other technologies is payment processing, right? The easier you can make it for people to do business with you, then the easier it is for you to book jobs. When people can say, oh, do you take credit cards? And you're like, no, I'll just take cash or I'll take a check. That eliminates a huge portion of the potential customers out there, because a lot of people, unfortunately, they're living on their credit cards, right? They're living on that credit. And when you live on credit and someone's telling you got to pay cash, ain't going to happen. Or somebody says, what time are you going to be home? Because I can only work when you're there so I can get paid right after. Now, that's not an issue. Not a problem. We can get you on the schedule. I know you're busy. I know you're working. We'll take care of everything when the work's done. We'll send you an estimate. You can pay it online. Okay, put me on the schedule. Make it easy. And that's what QuoteIQ has done. It's made it easy for people like us to do business and for our customers to do business with us. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, man. You know what I was really impressed with when I got into the app first is it wants to guide you along the process, right? It wants to make it so quick, which I've never seen before. A lot of apps, when it comes to the phone, they're so clunky. Like they were built for desktop. They were built for a person behind a desk who, right. A lot of guys, the lean and mean guys, man, hey, it's us, right? It's us. We're out there quoting those jobs whenever we're spraying the house, quoting here. And it's so cool in the app on how as soon as you filling in, it moves to the next page, and right. You can calculate, and then it moves to the next page, and it's very streamlined. And right. I love that piece of the design that you had, and truly going for speed, accuracy, to where you can get the customer the quote as soon as possible, to where they can accept it. If people would know, and I know you know this, but the guys out there who watch our channels, if they would know, like, how much being the first quote matters.
It's huge.
It's like a hack in a way. Like being the first quote, being the first to talk to them, the first to follow up. Hey, some of the guys who still use Home Advisor, they know this, because they're like, they get a lead and then 30 people have called them. You got it first. But who is really cool. When I was in that app and working with it, I was like, man, this is really streamlined. It makes it really easy. It wants to measure. It wants to measure the property. It wants to spit out a number and an estimate really quick and move to the next and get that estimate in the customer's hands super quickly. So kudos to you guys on that.
Yeah, and I think we almost reversed engineered it, because we're not software guys. We're not developers. We went about it from the mindset of guys that are out there working that know what we need. And like you said, like the desktop version is cool, and that's coming. But that wasn't our priority. The priority was, I want the phone in your hand so you can be out there, because we know we're out there and we're multitasking. You have to, in between jobs, when you're driving, don't text and drive, but use QuoteIQ when you're driving. I'm only kidding. That's who we are gearing this towards. And obviously, like everything else, there's an evolution, right? And there will be desktop, and there's a lot of things that we've got slated for the future. A lot of really cool things that are coming. We're not going to talk about all of those right now, but one of the other cool features, and it's something, again, I've talked about my pre-inspection for as long as I've had a channel on YouTube, and we've been doing this forever. And it wasn't until like about a year and a half ago where I found some software that allowed me to do everything on my phone. So all my guys pre-inspection on their phone. So when they roll up to the house, they take a picture of the house. It matches the property. They put the technician's name is auto-populated or whatever. And then there's my inspection list that I have that I want them to specifically look for, which is going to do a lot of things. It's just like our customer contract. It protects us, right? We're going to walk around the house. We're going to look for open windows. We're going to look for electrical outlets that are in disrepair, broken windows, anything, gutters that are off, pieces of vinyl, all the things that we see, discoloration here or there, right? All of those things we're looking for, we're making note of, we're taking pictures of. And then when you're done, we're going to do this even if the customer doesn't walk around with us. But then if they're not there, because 90% of the time, at least in my business, the customer is not home, I'm going to send that to them, right? That pre-inspection turns into a PDF, which is then texted or emailed to the customer. So there is never any confusion as to if something was broken, if something was done. Also, it provides us timestamp. And that's something, well, your guys never showed up. We did. And you got this at 12:03. And here's a picture of your house and all the stuff that's wrong with your house. But that's we built all of that into the app too. So that's one of the features, the paid feature, obviously. And we were charging a pretty penny for that app in itself prior to it becoming QuoteIQ. And it's a great tool to have to help limit your exposure to potential liability as well.
I think that's huge. I think that's underweighted for a lot of guys. And it's underweighted until it slaps them. Guys who've been in the business for a little while, they get the value of automated timestamps to confirm that we were there, the photos are there, the checklist is there. It curbs a lot of the enthusiasm of the fun little Karens out in the market.
And one of the main reasons that I started that whole inspection was when I had my landscape business, because in the summer, in the spring, we had contracts, year-long contracts, but you'd always have those customers that were trying to nickel and dime you, right? Oh, you didn't come this day. You didn't come this day. I'm only going to pay you this. That's when we started doing our pre-inspection, and they would get that email with the timestamp every single time we showed up. Because in the fall and the winter down here, everything goes dormant. It browns up, but you still have leaves. You still have stuff, that need to be taken care of, sticks in the yard, acorn stuff that can leach out tannin all over the concrete and cause issues. You guys didn't come that week. We did. And you've got a documented PDF in your email on your text that says it. So let's just move past this and give me my money. So, this app works for all industries, and everything is customizable as well. That pre-inspection, you can put whatever you want. So if you're a mobile detailer, if you're a carpet cleaner, if you're a plumber, whatever the case is, it's customizable, as is all of your pricing, because you can go in and it comes preset for pressure washing right now. We're going to have it preset for everything, every type of service that we can provide with pricing for each of those individual things. And then you put in your description and everything that you want to show up on the invoice and the estimate. This thing, I'm so proud of this. It is so cool. But yeah, man, it's built by pressure washers and landscape guys for those guys, but it applies to everybody that's in the home service-based business. It's badass. Window cleaners, whatever.
That's amazing, dude. That's such a big feat. And I think a lot of times these things are designed by software engineers who've never been in the field. And that's one of those things that there's always a disconnect there. So to have, you guys have been in this game for 20 years. I know you have, and reverse engineering it back to where it's very streamlined and in the hand of these guys who are getting started and need a CRM. Like I said, that question is answered all the time. I now just say QuoteIQ whenever those guys text me on the channel. But guys, listen, that should encompass 5 technologies. I know I'm the Google guy. Justin's the Facebook ads guy. If you're wanting to learn a lot of that stuff, jump in the inner circle. But if you're looking for a quality CRM, Mike, your app is in the App Store, correct?
It is on the App Store. It's on the Google Play Store. And like I said, right now, there's a 14-day free trial on iOS. Android, for some reason, they get funky and they don't have that. But for all you Apple guys out there, a 14-day free trial. Yeah, QuoteIQ, it's one word. It's everywhere where apps are sold.
Excellent. Guys, go grab it. I'll also put a link to QuoteIQ in the description so you can go straight to the App Store and pick it up for yourself. I will see you guys in the next video. Mike, thanks for coming on.
See ya.